And a very special good evening to each and every one of you, and welcome to the finals of the Republic Bank Decibel Entertainment Festival eSport final online at the moment. We want to thank you very much for joining us, and if you're just joining us, of course, we're just about getting ready to get started for this fantastic final event. You would have been privy to the qualifiers, which had taken place a few days ago, semi-finals, and of course the repechage that would have taken place last evening. Today, this is the final, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you and we thank you very much for joining us this evening. Along with me, as usual, in the commentator's chair is none other than the very dapper-looking Luke de Nobrega. Luke, good evening and a special welcome to you, Luke.
Sorry, I'm blushing.
Yeah, I noticed.
Just go ahead. No, I don't want to say anything. You make me blush and I compose himself again.
Luke is unable to speak while he's blushing, so we want to say a special good evening to Luke, of course, as usual. We also want to say a special good afternoon, good evening, sorry, to the man in the technical chair, none other than Mark Pugson of TrapSpeedSimulators, who is working in the background to make sure that this final runs smoothly. We also say a special good afternoon to the members of the race control, Dwayne Budasing, and of course, Jared Wilson, who's joining us all the way outside from in Texas. So we say a special good afternoon to Jared and hope that he keeps himself safe with what is happening in Texas at the moment. But we are really very happy to have each and every one of you here this evening. We should get underway in just about 5 minutes, sorry, not 15, 5 minutes. It's just about 6:15, 6:11 at the moment. So it's just about 6:15. We will get started. Luke?
We have 3 minutes to cover the drivers, the track we'll be going to, and the type of cars. So we're heading to one of the most famous tracks in the world. So everyone knows Circuit des Sports Francorchamps. I butchered it, but again, you know what I'm talking about. It's a very famous track on the F1 circuit, as we saw Valtteri Bottas today put on a show and basically beat up everybody because Valtteri Bottas showing that he's not a number 2 driver in Mercedes. He just as good as Lewis, because again, everybody thinks if a Mercedes, it has to be Lewis Hamilton. But again, Valtteri Bottas is putting his stamp on the track, and we'll see again if you do the same thing next week for the next season, well, the next episode of F1, as they have a very condensed calendar coming up for us. So we'll be going to Group 2 cars, which will be faster than the Group 3, but the tire wear has gone up and the fuel wear has gone up, as we saw last night in the repechage race. Drivers were able to pull off a no-stop strategy, and yeah, just sheer licks, as we saw drivers battling it from the front to the back and defending and attacking, and at the same time doing it very cleanly. So we're going to have just as exciting race tonight. So if you're watching now, hit the like button, share so more racers can see this. And all of you who are at TTAS's event today or watching it online via stream, because again, there were no spectators based on the current conditions that we're in, which sucks a lot, but it's for the best, as we try to do all that we can to ensure that racing gets back to its normalcy as soon as it can by keeping these measures in place to keep everyone safe and sound. So we're going to drivers list now, as we'll see the 12 drivers who have qualified for this finals as they fought their way night after night to reach to this point right now.
In first position is Dominic Charles. I'm not sure if the graphic came up just yet. It should be coming up in a minute. Yeah, Lou?
Yes, it is. It's up right now. If you can't see it.
Okay, great. Okay, good. So in first position, we have Dominic Charles, who would have finished in the fastest time in the qualifiers, as well as in his particular heat. Dominic Charles, ARC DM Charles, is in pole position. In second position is Andrew Marsang, better known as Dose So. In third position, Garvin Daniel from ERS Bad Guy, from the team ERS. Bad Guy Kali is in third position. In fourth position, we have David Lyons, who is known as Trini Lyo, one of the circuit racers taking part in circuit racing in Trinidad and Tobago. And as we talk about circuit racing, that returns next weekend to Waller Field. More about that later. Anthony Vidal is Kid Inc. in position number 5 on the grid. And Daniel Di Matos is DDM 555 in the final in position 6.
In position 7, we have Bruce Pena, who is Silver Turkey, who is one of the lucky chicken winners, as he has his team voting in the live chat. And tonight will be the final night for voting for chicken. So if you see a driver you like right now, remember their name, it's in front of you now, and cast your vote and help them win some free chicken. In the second position, in 8th position, we have Shaquille Gray, who is Shaq_Gray. Again, these drivers did a very good job sneaking their way through the pack. And again, these aren't very big names, but they still stand a chance to win, as they have made to the finals. Anything can happen, As we know, Francorchamps is a very tricky track. And in 9th position, we have Stephen Hussein, who is Island Paradise. He has struggled in his actual semi-final race, but he made it through the repechage very nicely. But he has a lot of work to get to the front of this pack. In 10th position, very notable racing driver on the circuit, Robin Dookie, who's Raptor 9446. In 11, the chicken man himself, Shahinder Singh, Shin Tech. Very good battle last night with him and Island Paradise, as well as Robin Dookie. And in the final position of the grid, we have none other than Terrence Bullock, Bruce Fodder, the man who said his name so many times. I think he has the most said name for this competition thus far. And that is your 12 drivers who will be qualifying for this finals tonight. So we'll be starting racing in a couple of minutes as the track is now being set and the grid is now being, well, put in order by the marshals. Right?
Of course. And as we continue to bring you the action live, we want to thank all of our sponsors for this evening. Our lead sponsor, Republic Bank. United Nations is also a sponsor in this event, along with the University of the West Indies. Queen's Hall, Visit Trinidad, Pascal Yogurt, Creamy Novelties, TrapSpeedSimulators, and of course, Papi's, along with Econocar Rentals and Trinituna. Those are your sponsors for this event. We want to thank each and every one of them for getting involved in the Republic Bank Decibel Entertainment Festival Sim Racing Championship. This is the first of its kind for Decibel. I want to thank the organizers of Decibel in their 7th year going online and putting on this event. We want to thank them very much, Mark Pogson and company, along with the team at Decibel Entertainment Festival, for bringing this event to you online. If you're just joining us, we welcome you. We thank you very much. We are going to the grid now. We should be getting started in just about a minute as we get ready to get to Spa for the final of the Decibel Entertainment Festival, the Republic Bank Decibel Entertainment Festival finals this evening. Once again, we thank all of you for joining us. And if you're just joining, please like and share the feed so that everyone can see what's happening. It's race time now, ladies and gentlemen, as we get ready for the grid. Grid is set. The drivers are blinking their lights. I'm not entirely certain why, but they're blinking their lights as we get ready to go racing one last time in the Decibel Entertainment Festival, brought to you by Republic Bank.
Is this a cup race? I'm only seeing GTRs out there.
It appears that way. There are lots of GTRs in this one, in the Group 2 category. One of the faster categories, but it will be interesting to see who gets into that very, very tight happen at the first corner as they get racing. This is the final of the Decibel Entertainment Festival, and here we go. ERS Bad Guy is back, trying his best to see if he can get around Dominic Charles, who is in the lead at the moment. That's ARC DM Charles. He's in the lead at the moment, followed by ERS Bad Guy. So the running order is remaining just how the grid was as they get into that very, very famous dip, coming back out into the top of Spa, heading down to that straight before the next set of corners. So it's ERS Bad Guy in 2nd position. In 3rd position, it looks like Robin Dookie, not sure.
That was actually David Lyons. It's David Lyons in 3rd position.
So he got a spot up. So that's Trini Lyle in 3rd position at the moment. Dose So is in 4th, losing a position down to David in 4th position. In 5th position is Silver Turkey. Oh, and a big spin there. It looks like a big spin there for one of the drivers. Hopefully we'll get some information as it relates to who that was. Then Bruce Father is down in 9th. 10th Tech is, of course, Shahinder Singh. Shahinder having one of the best drives of the event yesterday, but now in the 10th position. And DDM 555 in 11th.
That is correct, that's correct. The person who spun just now was actually Stephen Hussein, Island Paradise. So again, this is the first lap of racing. Anything can happen, and he has a lot of time to make up this ground. But again, he can't afford to waste the tires or waste his fuel, as the fuel consumption is up. So the RT is by 5, or I think it's 7 right now, and the tire wear is by 9. So the drivers are using a lot of tire and a lot of fuel, but they're all using the same car. But again, if they're battling, it should let the race come back to him. But right now, Dominic Charles is trying to pull the pin early, get away, break the draft from Bad Guy. And David Lyons is going to try to hook on to the back of him. But right now, he's fighting a battle with Andrew Marston right up under the bumper of him. So right now, he's smelling that tape pipe of that GTR. And he's going to try to make a move as he comes into the final chicane, the second to last lap. But he thinks better of it as they make their way onto the straight, start finish straight for the first lap of this race as they begin the second lap. Great.
That's correct. Lots of action taking place in the mid-pack at the moment. Not much changing taking place, but the drivers are on one another in that mid-pack. 3rd, 4th, 5th. very, very tightly packed. 6 is in a race by himself. 7 and 8, there's a battle going on at the moment. And 9th and 10th, there's another battle going on there. 11th and 12th as well. Battle taking place there right now. But up in front, once again, it's Dominic Charles manhandling this one so far as he continues to bring this one to you. We want to, of course, thank our sponsors for allowing us the opportunity to bring it. But Dominic Charles seems to be carrying it to the rest of the competitors at the moment. Dominic Charles did not take part in our very first event, but he is here and he is making his name known. Dominic Charles, ARC DM Charles, is in the lead at the moment, followed by ERS Bad Guy Cali. He is in second. In third position right now should be David Lyons still, yeah? Trini Lyo is in third. But right on his bumper is Andrew Marsang. Andrew Marsang, known for his pit strategy, is going to probably try to employ that this afternoon just to see whether or not he can get the better of the other drivers. Andrew Marsang is known for getting into the pit very early and then coming out and trying his best to pass people or to put in the undercut strategy. So let's see if he is going to do that again, or if any of the other drivers are going to do the same thing. We are in the second lap of a 15-lap heat. This is the Republic Bank Decibel Entertainment Festival final right here, right now. Don't forget, like and share. Let people know that it's happening. Make people aware that this is the final event before events come up. We are expecting to have more events coming up. The Trinidad and Tobago Automobile Sports Association have advised that they will have a couple of more events before the year is out. So stay tuned for that. If you're getting involved in sim racing, get in touch with either Mark Foxton of TrapSpeedSimulators or anybody from the TTASA eSport committee. Back in the action at the moment, up in front, no real change insofar as the lead is concerned. Going into the third lap at the moment, it is Dominic Charles controlling this one nicely, making a nice gap between himself and ERS Bad Guy. ERS Bad Guy is just about 1.5 seconds, 1.8 seconds between himself and Dominic Charles. So he's going to have to do some work in terms of trying to make up that difference if he's ever going to be able to challenge for that lead. Or he could try the pit strategy and see if that pit strategy works for him. In the back of him at the moment is, of course, David Lyons, who is controlling that third position nicely, keeping and defending that line from that's Andrew Marsang. Andrew Marsang trying his best, but he will probably eventually go to that pit strategy to be able to see if he can get the better of David through the undercut. Let's see what happens. Pit window will probably be open between 6th and the 8th lap. The 6th and the 8th lap. So stay tuned for that as we pay attention to the action. We want to say a special good evening to none other than Dr. Michael Babulal, who is paying attention very closely to this one as his grandson Shahinda is involved. So he says special good evening to Dr. Michael Babulal, one of the stalwarts of motorsport in Trinidad and Tobago, the person who is literally the person bringing FIA to Trinidad and Tobago. We owe Dr. Babulal so much. We want to thank him very much for being here, for looking on, spectating, and for supporting his grandson, who is Shahinda Singh. So, back at the moment is where Shahinda Singh finds himself at the moment. So that is something that he will have to work on if he's going to bring himself up. The Keel Gray is in 8th. Raptor is in 9th. No, Raptor is in 10th. No, he's in 9th. Shahinda is in 10th at the moment. So Shahinda is going to have a lot of work to do if he's going to get onto the podium this evening. And then in 11th, we have Island Paradise. That's Stephen, who's made his way up and has been able to get up in the numbers at the moment. So Stephen is doing quite well, not quite well just yet, but he is making his way. Island Paradise making his way around Shahinda. He's now in 10th position. So let's see whether Stephen is able to make it up the rostrum and see if he can get into the podiums as well. It would be a fantastic drive if he was able to get that done. But let's see what happens. Side by side going into that chicane. Not a very smart move because that chicane is so very tight. But of course, the driver is doing quite well to maintain their driving lines as well as clean racing. So far, no incidents. We hope for no incidents with the rest of the event. This is the Republic Bank Decibel Entertainment Festival Sim Racing. Over to you, Luke.
Well, as we see, Island Paradise did start off in 8th position. Scratch was actually in 9th position, so he does himself no favors again as he's continuing to plague himself with small mistakes that make him get himself to the back of the pack. And this is the final, so he can't make those mistakes now. As the person I'm most worried about right now is David Lyons, because he's in that final money spot. No one else has prizes after that 3rd spot. The top 3 is all that matters right now. So the battle and the pressure that Andrew Marsang is putting to David Lyons is going to be next level. If he keeps pressuring him, it's going to bring that driver behind, who is Silver Turkey, right into contention, into the fight. So Andrew Marsong has played very smart and basically hooked onto the back of that car of David Lyons and just save tires and save fuel as he can and avoid fighting to avoid Silver Turkey coming to contention. Because once he gets in that 2 to 3 seconds gap, he'd start to benefit from the draft and he'll be towed along and could be able to save a bit more fuel. But again, David Lyons is trying to break away from Andrew Marsong as best as he can. Again, Andrew Marsong is just looking for the pass in the pits. Right now, Dominic Charles, one of the drivers, came out of the good work and basically stamped his feet on the competition. What I'm basically seeing is that next competition, I'm waiting to see who's the next driver to come out and then stamp his name on Dominic Charles. Because right now, Dominic Charles has taken the battle to Bad Guy Cali, and Bad Guy Cali has not been able to answer yet. But we still have time to competition as we're winning 4 laps down, and they're now about to complete the spot lap. We still have 10 laps to go. No one has come to the pits, and they are now about to make their way into the hairpin on the first corner. But right now, Bad Guy Cali is doing a great job of managing that gap, and he's brought it down to 1.4 seconds. So right now, as they head way down to Eau Rouge, anything can happen. Eau Rouge is one of those more dangerous tracks. So as your car starts losing tires, you could basically clip a curb and ruin the entire race on one corner, as that corner has been known to take many lives over the years of F1 and many other competitions. Francorchamps has been a track famous for 24 hours of Francorchamps, like day, night, and back to day again, and men still racing. But then again, it's different drivers, sometimes 3 to 4 man teams. Again, these drivers are putting in a lot of work, as each lap's roughly around 2 minutes and about 5 to 6 seconds. But right now, Dominic Charles has been doing the same thing he's done every race and stamped out the fastest lap time most consistently and stayed out of trouble as best as he can. So we just saw there, David Lyons has lost the position to Andrew Marsong. We didn't get to see it in real, but clearly he made a mistake as he's now 2.5 seconds behind Andrew Marsong. So Andrew Marsong is making the work easy for him now because he's been saving tires for the past few laps and saving fuel as best as he could. As we knew every race before, he's 2 to 3 seconds faster than anyone in the pit stop. And if you understand what 2 seconds on a lap means, that's like about 10, 12, 14 car lengths based on the track. At Wallerfield alone, you give a guy 2 seconds ahead of you, you're not seeing him. He's gone, that's it. Next, you'll see him tomorrow, found to life differently. But right now, ERS bad guy Gavin Daniel is clawing his way back to Dominic Charles. But we're not sure what Dominic Charles is planning out, because we're not sure if he's just taking his time now, saving some fuel, and just biding the time, because again, he's cutting into all that fresh air. He has no traffic ahead of him, and he's just waiting it out. So if he's saving fuel better than Gavin Daniel in that pit stop, there should not be much between them, but we are yet to see. But again, Gavin Daniel is known for his fast performances. But again, Dominic Charles came out of nowhere and he's just dived into the pits, and Gavin Daniels has just dived in behind him. Right now, you see, if you look in the top left-hand corner, you see 42% fuel in Dominic Charles' car. Gavin Daniel has saved about 5% more fuel. They should be going back out in the same soft tires, and they're going to make a 3-stop strategy. We're seeing all drivers coming in, so position 3, 4, 5, 6 are all falling into the pit right now. Dominic Charles is out, and right on the back of him is Gavin Daniels. So right now, there's less than 2 tenths behind these drivers, and they're heading down to Eau Rouge as they start this sixth lap of the race. We have the 2 fastest drivers who have entered competition thus far in Trinidad and Tobago, racing right now for the first position. And all prizes have been sponsored by Republic Bank, giving these drivers some cash money to work for. Right now, the first place driver is winning $1,200, $1,200 coal, plastic, blue bills to go in the bank and spend on whatever you feel like, or do anything you want with, basically, from Republic Bank. This is no voucher for one place. This is just $1,200 cash. Second place is carrying home $800, and I don't think either one of these drivers want to be second place. As we all know, second place is the first loser, and no one wants to be a loser. So Gavin Daniels is going to take the battle as fast as he can to Dominic Charles, but again, Dominic Charles has not been a slouch for the entirety of this race. We saw that Dominic Charles is better clearly on the brand new tires, as he pulled out a very nice gap early, and he's starting to open up that lead to 0.6 seconds. So he already had 4 tenths of a second in just 3/4 of the track. But as the tires start to come back down, Gavin Daniels picking up the pace and closing up on him, but he's in the draft right now. So if he plays it smart on the next pit stop, he'll be able to make a pass on Dominic Charles and take it him. Meanwhile, we'll make a move to the back and see what's going on in the backpack, as we don't want to leave any drivers out, as we see Silver Turkey is now being contested by Shaquille Gray, position 6. Gray?
Yes, Luke, and nice battle taking place in between the pack there now. Shaq Gray is in 6th position. In 7th position, we have David Lyons, who would have come out of the pit and ended losing some positions. But David is going to try to claw his way back up to the top of the pack. We also have Raptor, who is in 8th position at the moment. That's Raptor 9446. That's Robin Dookie. And of course, we have in a 9th position, we have someone who has a penalty at the moment. That's DDM 555. That's Dominic, not Dominic. Yes, Dominic, who has a small penalty that he needs to deal with at the moment. So that is going to affect his overall time. We have Shahinda, who is Shintech TT. He is in position number 10 at the moment. And it looks like Raptor went into the area to get his pit done. His pit stop done. Yep, he did. He went in to get his pit stop done. So he's going to have to make up some ground, getting onto that fresh rubber. But the action continues here live. I'm going to thank you very much for joining us, Republic Bank Decibel Entertainment Festival. This is certainly very entertaining. The sim racing, all part of the race at home strategy being put out by FIA and being supported by the local ASN for Motorsport in Trinidad and Tobago. That is the Trinidad and Tobago Automobile Sport Association. Don't forget, circuit racing returns to Wallowfield next weekend. So please stand by for that and make sure that you log on to the TASA Facebook page to see the live stream of Facebook of the circuit racing that takes place next weekend up at the Frankie Boudram Wallowfield International Raceway. I had the pleasure of meeting with Frankie today. Frankie looks good. He's ready for racing next weekend. So let's see what happens with Team Speedway as they come out next weekend. Back in the action at the moment, Dominic Charles not giving way at all to ERS Bad Guy. He has actually opened up a nice gap, but ERS Bad Guy is not giving up. This is the consistency that has made this driver so notable insofar as sim racing online competition is concerned. But Dominic Charles, what it can literally be known as a dark horse, coming into the competition, nobody knowing for sure how good this young man was, and now finding out that he is better than some of the best. Dominic Charles, that's ARC Charles, and then ERS Bad Guy Cali, going into the 8th lap at the moment. Going into the 8th lap. Garvin is faster in the last sector, so that means that Garvin Daniel may very well be able to close that gap and get that first position. That battle is going to be very interesting to see whether or not he can make it up. The difference though is that DM, with Dominic Charles, is now in a position to have a faster first sector. So it's going to be interesting to see whether or not any of these drivers give way, make a mistake, or create some challenge that allows the other to take advantage. The only one that will benefit out of this exchange at the moment is the ERS Bad Guy. He is putting the pressure on, trying his best, keeping up that pace, keeping up that pressure on Dominic Charles. The fastest lap at the moment coming in from Dominic Charles in a 2.04851. Dominic Charles really taking it to the rest of the competition, not giving way at all, taking it to the rest of the competition and manhandling this one under circumstances similar to what we would have seen at the Red Bull Racing Ring today with Valtteri Bottas. Valtteri Bottas stamped his name, allowed everybody to understand that he was here again to try to go for another championship. I am saying now, the W11-77 is what we will see before the end of this season. W11-77. That's my prediction for what is going to happen out of the season this year. The truncated season though it may be. Next weekend is another race up at the Red Bull Ring, another one of the F1 races. But we are back in the action here right now. The gap between ERS Bad Guy and Dominic is just about 1.4 seconds, it looks like. 1.4 seconds is the gap. He's still in. Is he still in the draft, Luke? I think he's still in the draft, right? The draft is 1.5 seconds. But he just came out, it's 1.5. I think he's still in the draft. Still in the draft, so still has the opportunity to try to make it up where this is concerned. Luke?
Yeah, right, so once he doesn't pull off any moves like what Hamilton did today, where he picked up a 5-second penalty because he decided not to leave space to race, I agree with you, Ray. I totally agree with you. But right now, these drivers are battling for everything. And we're seeing the gap just fluctuating up and down, 1/10, 2/10. But again, as we reach down to the end of this lap, you'll see the drivers coming for a pit one more time because they went out on the softs again. The only driver who opted for the medium tire was actually Island Paradise, because he had a bit of a few mistakes and he's going to hope to pull back a couple places by taking a longer strategy and come back in for a later stint to grab a very quick splash of fuel and one quick set of soft tires and hopefully finish on this race with that. But right now, Bad Guy, again, he's holding that 1.6 area. You'll see that drop in the next sector down to 1.5, 1.450 right before they enter the pit stop. But the difference will be on who has more fuel in the tank, just enough to finish this race. Who's going to be running full power, who's going to be running the car a little bit lean to save a couple liters of fuel, a couple cups of fuel. But that's the difference between these drivers right now. Again, Bad Guy Cali may be playing the second place on purpose. He may not want to be in front because, again, the benefits of being in front isn't much. The only benefit you have out from being in front is having no one to worry about having to pass or overtake. You have no one to fight with. You run and you break that gap. But as long as Bad Guy Cali could keep within that 2 seconds, so 1.8 second range, get all the draft on these massive straights on Circuit de Francorchamps. So with that in mind, we're going to see the drivers come in, and we're not sure what's going to happen, but the battle will take place as they exit the pits. Right now, Andrew Marsong is in third place, in a very comfortable third place, as a dark horse Kid Inc. in this race is in fourth place, but he's 11 seconds off Andrew Marsong, and it's not going to get better after this pit stop. Right now, Silver Turkey is battling in fifth place, and behind him is David Lyons. But again, David Lyons did some very nice fuel saving in the last tournament, and he came out with a bit more skill this tournament, as last time he was knocked out just after the repechage race. So with that in mind, we expect a lot from him still, and as he continues to improve in this eSport category, we applaud him and his efforts to basically improve his skills in this racing fraternity, because this is not real life racing, but it does take even more time practicing each car on each track for each corner with each setup and planning everything out. And the difference is you have no pit crew, you have no crew chief. It's all on the driver to make the decisions to get the best lap around the track. So we saw that all top 6 drivers have chosen not to pit, and they're going to come in at the end of lap 10, as AR's Bad Guy Cali doesn't want to lose the draft on the straight, because as long as he holds on to the back of Dominic Charles, he'll be saving fuel and hopefully saving tire. But again, Dominic Charles is putting out the fastest lap after lap after lap, with now doing 2 minutes 4 seconds and 0.851. So again, he's pretty quick. And we see Bad Guy Cali is sliding that car, but now it's down to 2.2 seconds, 2.3 seconds, as he slid off the corner there, and he lost so much drive. But again, they're going to pit this lap, and he may have just lost that race on that last rumble strip. So again, he's going to have to claw back at him, but right now he's taking off 100 a second at a time, 100 at a time. But is that enough to bring him back to condition? Right now he's up to 2.4 seconds gap. Dominic Charles should have worse for wear tires, but anything can happen as these drivers are coming around the second to third to last corner in this 19 corner Belgium track. Ray?
That's right, Luke. He may very well, that is Dominic, not Dominic, ERS Bad Guy, may very well have had a detrimental effect on that rumble strip. That losing the back just a little, having to control it as he was making his way back onto the track. So it would be very interesting to see whether or not it does actually have a detrimental effect. Back in third, though, we have Dose, so that's Andrew Marsang. In fourth, we have So Andrew has closed up his gap nicely. He was about 11 seconds back, but he's closing up that gap nicely in that third position. We have someone going into the pit right now.
Right now, the top 3 is in the pit right now, Ray, and we see Dominic Charles has more fuel than ERS Bad Guy. 7% versus 10%. That 3 liters of fuel is a very big difference when they come onto the pits.
That will very well make the difference. So it's going to be a very, very interesting final stint. Because this has to be the final stint as they get into the 11th lap. This is the final stint of this one, ladies and gentlemen. 11th out of 15 laps. ERS Bad Guy is out as well. Dose So is not in the pit, but Kidding is. Island Paradise is, and he's come up into 5th position from 12th. From all the way back down in 12th. So he's had a good run. That's Steven. Steven is in 6th position now, losing because of his pit stop. But he is doing quite well, making his way back through the pack, nice and easy. but not going to be able to make up too much of that gap. Hopefully, he will be able to get into contention in the next lap or two. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Republic Bank Decibel Entertainment Festival eSports Cup. I want to thank all of our sponsors: Republic Bank, United Nations, UE, Queens Hall, Visit Trinidad, Pascal Yogurt, Creamy Novelties, TrapSpeedSimulators, Pappies, and of course, Econocar and Trini Tuna. We thank all of you for making this event possible during the course of the Decibel Entertainment Festival. Lots of events would have taken place over the last few days where the Decibel Entertainment Festival is concerned, coming to an end today, culminating in the eSports Cup and several other events that will culminate this evening. But we are taking the action in here on the live stream. We want to say a special good evening, of course, to none other than Ms. Delicia Blizzard, who is the Ministry of Sport and Youth Affairs Liaison for Motorsport. Always pays attention, always looking online at these events. We want to thank her very much for her continued support. We also say a special good afternoon to none other than the Director of Sport in Trinidad and Tobago, Mr. Patrice Charles. Patrice Charles was at the event earlier today, and we know that he's paying attention as well. That's the Director of Sport for Trinidad and Tobago in the Ministry of Sport. We thank him very much, and of course, Ms. Delicia Blizzard for their continued support of motorsport. We say a special good evening to the entire family who is looking on at Shahinda, the Papi's family who is looking on at Shahinda, the family of Dr. Michael Babulal, who we know are sitting in front of their TV, looking closely at what is happening with this final. In the 12th lap, we continue to see Don't Say So is in the 3rd position. ERS Bad Guy is in 2nd position. And of course, up in the lead, having no real challenge for the day, Dominic Charles controlling this one nicely. In 4th position, we have Kid Inc. In 5th position, David Lyons, who is Trini Lyo. In 6th position, we have Shaquille Gray, it looks like. No, Silver Turkey. Silver Turkey is in 6th position. In 7th position is Stephen Hussein, Island Paradise. In 8th position, making up some positions, that is none other than Shahinda Singh. 8th position. In 9th position, Shaquille Gray is in 9th position. In 10th position at the moment, we have Raptor 946. That's Robin Dookie. In 11th position, we have 11th position. That's Bruce Father. Bruce Father is in 11th position.
Watch your paint scheme, Ray. Watch your paint scheme on Bruce Father.
I just wondered about that. He has a TTPS paint scheme on his car. No question about the originality of that particular livery at TTPS. I guess he thought he would be able to manhandle the rest by getting through and making way. It's not working out too well for him right now, though. But let's see how it goes. The back marker at the moment is actually Bruce Father. All right, but back up in front, Dominic Charles still has the fastest lap of a 2.04851. Fastest lap of this one so far. And we continue to take the action in as they get into that last chicane, heading back into the straightaway for the 13th lap. 13th lap coming up now in this 15 lap, 15 lap final. Fantastic final from these drivers. Some of the best drivers in all of Trinidad and Tobago on the sim platforms, and we look forward to seeing them in action in future events. Nice to see all of them here and driving so nice and clean. No real issues to talk about, no real challenges to talk about. Not much work for the stewards to do, but we do have the stewards on hand. Jared Wilson, Dwayne Budusing, stewards making sure that everything works well. Of course, we have Mark Puxton in the technical chair, making sure that the live feed is working well, and of course, ensuring that we can bring this event, the Republic Bank Decibel eSports Cup, taking place right here, right now. Luke.
ERC groupies, please don't be fighting with ERS Bad Guy Squad in the live chat as we speak. We're not here for love. We're not here for war. We're here for love. Again, guys, work together and get faster together. So again, this is not you versus them. It's somebody making more money than the next person. But again, it's not like that, guys. No fighting in the chat, please. So I'm watching chat right now. ERC guys, calm down. No fighting. Stop it. Stop it. But right now, Gavin Daniel is trying his best to claw back down that gap created by Dominic Charles. Again, 4 laps ago, he made one small mistake and he broke himself out of the draft, but he's back down to 2.5 seconds. It was up to 3, but there are only 3 laps to go right now. as they are now finishing up this 13th lap. But right now, the top 3 have separated themselves from the rest. And these online gamers clearly have something that the circuit drivers have yet to adapt to. The big names like David Lyons are out here, and we applaud these drivers coming out and participating in these events because we know they have their own race car to build and prepare for the next event. But to take the time off to compete against local racers on an online platform, it's actually beautiful. So we wish that more circuit racers would come out and participate, whether it's GT Sport or any online event. Just participate so men could actually feel like they have a chance of being fast and experience racing with actual good, competitive, clean racers. Again, don't take it as you lose to someone who's sit home and play game. It's the same way you practice anything that you love as a hobby to actually improve your skills. And this just goes and puts a testament to what these guys are doing when they go on the lobbies every night and participate in cups and represent the FIA and do different things that basically participate in motorsport and basically carry forward the love of motorsport. So right now our top 3 is Dominic Charles in P1, the 2.5 trash at 3.3 second gap to Gavin Daniels in P2, and in 3rd position we have Andrew Marsong. But after that the gap is leaps and bounds 17 seconds between him and Kid Inc. So the top 3, the gap is, they separate themselves. Clearly, Andrew Marsong knew what he's doing in the pits, and he's made his way forward to the top 3, hunting out guys like David Lyons and Silver Turkey out of that position, and he ran away with it. But the real battle to see is who's number 1 and who's number 2. Everything else is just bragging rights right now. Just say, yo, I beat up that man last night. That's all it's about right now. It's about the talk. I go down the corner and just talk to the fella and say, yo, I beat David Lyons. And David Lyons come and say, I beat up about half of them circuit racing, and I reached finals and beat up them and I've been playing game all night. That's what it's about right now. But again, we have great prizes going on. Econo Car Rental is sponsoring to the number 1 driver. That's first place, a weekend of free car rental in Tobago. And if you've borrowed a car from Econo Car Rental, it's keeping the thing clean and nice and it's work good. And I'm saying, that's about it. That's all. It's clean and nice. So return it a little clean and nice if you're that kind of person. I just believe in, keeping it nice, keeping it friendly, and enjoying the service that provided to you. And in 2nd place, carrying home money and a couple of vouchers. And in 3rd place, just a little ka-ching go in the bank, Andrew Marsong, if he keeps it good. But again, right now, Andrew Marsong is just hoping that number 1 and 2 crash out, he get the grand prize. That's how I'm playing right now, but it looks like right now Dominic Charles has this in the bag as he goes wrong that first corner for the final time as he's making his way down to Eau Rouge, followed by Gavin Daniel, 3.3 seconds. But again, these drivers may be running low on fuel, but let's see if they've managed this fuel so well, because maybe they just know they have $20 in gas in the car, so they put in 20, and now they're trying to stretch it. So hoping for the best right now for Dominic Charles, but I'm sure drivers in number 2 and number 3 are hoping for the worst. Let's see what happens, Ray.
Thank you very much, Luke. This is the final lap, ladies and gentlemen. The final lap of the Republic Bank Decibel Entertainment Festival, being brought to you with the kind compliments of all of our sponsors and, of course, sanctioned by TrapSpeedSimulators. Dominic Charles does seem to have this one in the bag. It does appear as though no one is going to be able to get the better of him. David Lyons has made his way up the 4th, but that is not going to get him onto the podium. Kid Inc. is now in 5th position, but that is just about exactly where these guys are going to probably end up being. In 3rd position is Andrew Marsong at the moment. In 2nd position is bad guy Cali, Gavin Daniels, and in 1st position is none other than Dominic DM Charles, who is looking as though he is going to take it to the bank for this one. Dominic Charles coming into this one, manhandling all of the events that he's been part of, manhandling every single race that he's been part of. Dominic Charles, known now as a dark horse, not many people knowing that this young man has been driving for so many years online and now getting into local competition and just dominating what has been happening where local competition is concerned. Going to be very interesting to see how his career develops over the next couple of months and years as it relates to what is happening locally with this Race at Home initiative. But he is coming into that final chicane, straightening up, heading into that final stretch just to get to that finish line. It is none other than Dominic Charles finishing in 1st position. In 2nd position, ERS bad guy, Gavin Daniel, and of course, Andrew Marsong, Jose So ends in 3rd position. rounding out the podiums for this one. Fantastic racing. Coming up now in the fourth position is David Lyons. That's out of the prizes. David Lyons ends up being the best of the rest. Trini Lyle in fourth position, coming in for the checkered flag right now. Right after him is Kid Ink. Then we have in fifth position, Kid Ink. Yep. And then we have Silver Turkey who just lost it. He's going to have to battle. Oh my goodness. Silver Turkey finishing there, and Stephen Hussein, very, very close finish for Stephen as well in Island Paradise. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the Republic Bank Decibel Entertainment Festival. Festival being in its 7th year, first year online. And of course, that brings an end to this eSports Cup. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you very much for joining us. We want to congratulate none other than ARC DM Charles, Dominic Charles, for winning this one. Luke.
I'm impressed by that last drag race there. That took the cake. Silver Turkey made a mistake on the final corner. But he saved it. I think they finished less than 200 of a second separated them.
We did 200 exactly. So very, very interesting racing, brilliant racing from these drivers, some of the best drivers in the country. We're very, very happy to see them in this action. But Dominic Charles managing this one from pole, taking it similar to what happened today in the Red Bull Ring, managing it from pole, taking it from pole to finish. Beautiful racing from him. Not many mistakes being made by him at all during the course of the entire event. His pit strategy was perfect. His racecraft was perfect. He had no major issues whatsoever. Just controlled this one entirely. Luke, beautiful racing from these drivers, yeah?
Ray, I just wish Gavin didn't make that mistake. I think if Gavin kept it together, we'd have had battle for that last 5 laps.
Yes, that would have made a much closer battle. But that rumble strip error where he ended up losing the back a little bit, he did end up losing some ground there, and that couple hundredths of a second made the difference between what happened with him.
One blink and slipping on the straight, and that was it for him.
That was it. It really, really did end up being a difficult one for him. But we will be joined in a few minutes by the technical director, the technical chair, Mark Pogson, who will share some closing comments with us as the chief organizer of this event, of TrapSpeedSimulators, and of course of Decibel Entertainment Festival. We want to thank the guys who've been involved in the control area. That is Dwayne Budasing and of course Gerard Wilson, the stewards of this event, as well as the entire run of the event of itself. These guys have been making an effort to make sure that everything works well in the background and making sure that none of the rules have been traversed insofar as the drivers are concerned. We do also want to thank. Okay, so we're hearing that we're switching to the top 3, that Mark Pogson is going to switch to the top 3, and we will turn over to Mark now so that he can get those interviews completed. Mark? Are you getting them right away, Mark?
It would seem so.
Looks like it seems so.
Good night to everybody. So Andrew, tell me, what did you think of the race tonight? What was your strategy, and how did that work out for you?
I got a bad launch, and I was ended up in 4th, from 2nd to 4th. So I was trying to do some fuel saving and do some pits to kind of catch you guys. I did actually gain about 4 seconds, but it just wasn't enough. And Bad Guy and Charles are just way too fast. I'm happy with it. Thank you very much.
So you did a very good job there, Andrew. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming out tonight, and you definitely have the speed. You probably just didn't get the good launch that you wanted.
Yeah, probably age have something to do with it too.
No worries.
Alright, thanks.
Thanks, Andrew. And we'll go on to Gavin Daniels, our Titasa champion. How was your race tonight, and how did you think of the event and the new challenge we have had tonight?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, hearing you loud and clear.
All right, so this was one of the best races I ever had. I really enjoyed this. I enjoyed the entire tournament. Dominic, huge congratulations, bro. That was a flawless drive. That was a flawless drive. And I mean, I was trying. I'm not lying. I was trying. Right. So, yeah, just I like the tournament. I like how everything went. There weren't too many hiccups. The only thing we had was probably the delay before the rapid charge, which was understandable. But yeah, it was excellent racing all around.
Right, and you were pleased with all the races and the choice and the strategies and the tieway and the fuel and how I constructed all the event then.
Yeah, it was really well done.
All right.
Especially for a one-man team, that you had to be impressed with that.
Thanks very much, my Gavin.
Yeah, man.
Yes. All right, we move on to the grand champion, Charles. Yes, give him some applause there. Charles, what did you think as competing in literally our first eSports your first eSports for Trinidad?
Oh, well, actually, I was amazed at how well it was organized. Everything worked well. The races, all the strategies could have worked out depending on the driver. So it was really well done. And it was so much fun competing with these guys, especially Gavin and Andrew, ridiculously fast guys.
Hey, thanks very much, Gavin. And with that, I pretty much have to crown you as the TSS Trinidad champion of Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, man.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks very much, and I'll be in contact with you guys soon to basically distribute prizes. I will have pictures and more comments to send out on social media soon with these top 3 champions we have here for the TrapSpeedSimulators series. And we're gonna go back to the commentators now.
We all fair now.
Okay, thank you, Mark, for that. It was great hearing from all the drivers who competed and won prizes. We look forward to actually getting more competitions like this going, as we've had 2 competitions thus far and 2 different champions. So with that in mind, we have Gavin Daniel as the first champion from the first event, and now we have Dominic Charles as the second champion. So let's see what happens on the tiebreaker event coming up after in the next few months. So for more information on things like this, follow the YouTube page. Check out Trentino.com, the #1 automotive website in Trinidad and Tobago, for all information on racing, both at the track and online racing. And again, these drivers, for nothing, came out, spent a couple hours, and won some money, won some prizes, and people win free chicken. I personally get free chicken, and I hope to win more free chicken as this goes on. So hopefully our next one soon, because Papi's call me. Ray?
Yeah, I have to make my way up to Papi. But I think we're standing by for Mark. There's some final comments as the main organizer of the event, TSS, that's TrapSpeedSimulators, and of course, the representative of the Republic Bank. So I'm guessing that we will have Mark join us in a minute.
Great.
Okay, great, Mark. We're just waiting for some comments from you as the main organizer of this event.
Good night again, everybody. After interviewing those drivers there, some amazing fast alien drivers we have here in Trinidad. If you feel you have the skill and the talent to best our top 3 or even our top 12 that we've had here tonight, please get in contact with me at TrapSpeedSimulators or even TITASA. TITASA, which is a governing body which I'm in partnership with for all these events. We will be welcoming you to see and basically put down to see who can challenge for the fastest eSports sim racer of Trinidad and Tobago. With that, I am very pleased to in a short show that we've had in these 2 events, and I hope to get a lot more support for future events. Please like and subscribe to this YouTube channel so that we can have the social presence, so that when I go to sponsors, I can show them this is how much people we reach. So that is why I'm asking you to like and subscribe. It's basically helps me create a marketing tool to help towards promoting these events for future events. Go back to you guys, as you guys could basically send us off there.
Well, Miss Ray, though, so based on me missing Ray, I think we should spend a little time talking about things that happened over this event, and discover things that we didn't get to speak much of, as we continue to mourn the loss of a very close person to the motorsports fraternity. Support all upcoming TTAS events. Support your local driver that you know. Support the guy who building a drag car next door, and just ask them about anything in motorsport, because all of these guys, honestly, that I've met, they are some of the most friendly, welcoming people that you will ever meet until you're racing against them, and then they stop being so open with information. Because racing, it kind of secrets. You're like, shh, we're doing something by the book, they say. So just talk to any person in the motorsport fraternity, and they'll be more than willing to tell you anything about racing. Anyone who drivers who participated in competition also be the same thing, putting to get you into any GT sport event, and basically compete against these guys every night on lobbies, as they have lobbies running almost each and every night, because these guys love racing GT sports. So if you have a wheel in the cupboard, pull it out, dust off your pedals, and set up your rig, because there are guys out and ready to race. And now we have some great prizes to offer. So the next event, we hope to have even better, bigger, greater prizes. So before you leave, please, 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 I beg of you, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and ring the bell icon, because the YouTube algorithm only responds to data and data alone. It's like go by doubles man, and you want to wait in line and don't say anything. You have to pop your hand and ask him, man, yo, let me get to it slight. Otherwise, it'll go any kind of support. So give it to it slight on the subscribe button now. Thanks, guys. Ray? Wrong way.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Luke. It has been a pleasure and an honor working Mark, Wayne, and Gerard on this one, as we continue to bring the motorsport fraternity closer to the sim racing fraternity. The idea is to be able to have both fraternities interactive, and of course other sim racing developing in Trinidad and Tobago in formal existence, as well as its formal presence within the confines of FIA, Federation de Internacional de Automobile, and of course through the efforts of the Trinidad and Tobago Automobile Sports Association, continue to support ITASA in their efforts with regard to this FIA initiative, and of course support promoters like TrapSpeedSimulators and the Republic Bank Decibel Entertainment Festival would have put on this eSports Cup the very first time for the Decibel Festival. Doing this, I want to thank them very much for taking the effort and bringing this racing activity. We look forward to your continued support of motorsport, ladies and gentlemen. We ask you to continue to share information that is positive about what is happening with regard to motorsport, both online and at the home of motorsport in Trinidad and Tobago, the Franklin Boudram Wallerfield International Raceway. We look forward to that continued support. As Luke has pointed out, support your local racers. Motorsport is not a cheap endeavor. It is a very, very costly endeavor. And of course, all of the support that any of the participants can get, both in the online fraternity as well as in the actual fraternities that take part in events up at Wallerfield, they will welcome and appreciate. We thank you once again for joining us in this Republic Bank Entertainment Festival, Decibel Entertainment Festival. We look forward to your continued support of motorsport. And from Luke and myself, wish you a very good evening.
Bye, guys. Bye.